Welcome to Michigan Reimagined, presented by Good Marketing and Wagoner Financial. And here's your host, Chris Buck.
So I've said many times on this show and live amongst friends that a quality community values art and the artists. I have also highlighted people who have made significant pivots in their careers, and so today we get to delve into both. Here to share his story and a new art installation is local artist Jason Keusch. Keusch. Darn it. I meant to ask that before we went to the live. All right, Jason Keusch, thanks for joining me here today. And I want to have you start off by just giving us a quick summary of your story. Like where are you from and what was your early professional career?
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Originally from Portland, Michigan.
Okay. Yeah.
Played college basketball.
All right.
Had a child early and became a chef out of necessity.
Wow. There you go.
And I ran restaurants for 20 years. From college bars to political restaurants. And when I turned 40, my why got questioned.
Okay. Was there any specific event that made you question your why?
I think aging. I think not a crisis, but like a culmination. My son was graduating. My relationships were changing. I've been watching restaurant cycles for 20 years, and I could predict them and not do anything about them.
Right on.
So it seemed like insanity.
And you mentioned 40.
40.
So sometimes that is a number. I remember turning 49 and really did an assessment and said, I have 1 year to be where I want to be. So when I turn 50, I feel like I'm pointing in the right direction. So
50's been much harder.
Yeah.
50's been much harder than 40. 40 was liberating.
Okay.
50 was proving it.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to diving in more. So had you always been an artist?
No. Never.
Okay.
I don't remember having an art class.
Got it. Okay. So how did you get started? What was the impetus for you to pick up what's your medium first and foremost?
I'm an abstract painter.
Abstract painter. Okay. Yep.
Acrylic, epoxy, and mostly hardware tools.
Got it. Okay. What made you start?
Well, I went on a sabbatical and I did a silent retreat at Our Lady of Gethsemane in Kentucky.
Okay.
It's a famous monastery where Thomas Merton was from.
Got it.
And in the library, after Mass, on a random Tuesday morning, I decided to become an artist. Now, I decided to become an artist based on, I had heard a homily that morning about Romans 12:2, be not conformed to the patterns of this world. And then I heard a talk after breakfast regarding that expanded and said to serve God and to serve humanity, that you must use the gifts that you've been given to do so. And so that showed me my individuality. It showed me the things that I could serve. And so right in the library of the place, I decided I'm going to be an artist.
Got it.
No idea.
Not music and not business or not, because I guess you were already in the business, but
That's right.
But using your hands to create art and beauty.
That's right. Using it really wasn't about the art specifically. It was more like about the verse and then three goals that I set for myself. Number 1, go to heaven. Number 2, do simple capitalism. Number 3, show people they're not trapped by the things they think they are. Because I felt trapped and leveraged by man-made things that people use for safety and other measures, and I realized there's no real safety here. There's no comfort.
Got it. And so what made you decide to turn this into a career? I mean, it's got to be hard to just decide you're going to be an artist and get started and then have it pay the bills.
You don't get half pregnant, right?
Nope.
So that's kind of just me. I do things all the way or I don't do them at all.
Okay.
And so it was the same with basketball, and it was the same with being a chef and being a restaurateur. I didn't do anything else. And so I decided to go full bore.
I have to ask, so do you have any kind of a rearview mirror? I mean, do you still pick up a basketball? Do you still enjoy cooking, or were those chapters of your book that are now closed?
I coached basketball for some young kids for a while.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. And then cooking, I barely go out. I cook for my wife every morning.
Okay.
And I publish a newsletter called Bento Whiz.
Okay.
And I prepare her lunch in the morning with a purpose.
Got it.
And the purpose is she works at a hospital and they take advantage of her.
Got it.
And she never has a moment for herself. So that's the goal.
Makes sense. All right. So now how do you know that your work is going to speak to people? How do you know whether your art's any good? And I mean, and there's also a certain vulnerability to say, because a lot of times artists are private, but you got to get up the gumption if you want to, sell your art or say, I made something beautiful and I think other people should experience it. I am not that way. So I'm always fascinated to hear someone else put into words your personal, is it a bearing of your soul to put your art on a wall for other people to look at and either say that doesn't speak to me or I love that and I'll pay you $500 for it, right? I mean, so
500. We could do better than that.
Hey, I don't know. You tell me.
That's a question that you struggle with.
Yep.
And the only way I can answer it is the why is way more important than the thing.
Okay.
Why I do something is more valuable than what I actually do. And so my philosophy and my goals and why I do my art overshadow and culminate in the art. And so when you're standing at an art festival and there's 100,000 people and you've outpriced 98,000 of them and you've outstyled the next 1,500 and there's only 500 people that you could possibly walk into that would want to buy your art, that have a wall that's available for your size art, it's a little daunting, but at the same time, that's not the why. Now, contrarily, it's furniture. And so I can live in the paradox of it means everything, but it might just look good over your couch.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a bearing of soul, but is it it's in line with what I think,
right?
Which is being authentic and being true to people, and people who are looking for that find it.
So you talk about your why, and so I would imagine your art means something to you when you're done, which I understand is a really hard thing to do in art anyway, is to know when you're done and stop tinkering with it. But with abstract art, it seems like the why for this particular piece has to be personal, because I can't walk up and see your why if I'm looking at 10 or 15 of your pieces. I won't know the story behind it or why you picked those colors or shapes or any of that kind of stuff.
I disagree with you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know people who understand Spanish but don't speak it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's that spiritual communication, or a communication that we all know but we don't speak.
Okay.
And so I think when you see my purpose on a wall and you gravitate towards it, we somehow connect. I think there's a metaphysical portion to it that we can't explain.
Right on.
And the other thing about abstract art is people try to associate a meaning to it too early.
Okay.
Instead of taking it in and letting it tell us what it is, they want to assign a meaning. What does it mean? Who is it?
Yeah.
And it's not that simple, nor is it that complex.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You got to let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it tell you its story, then just have a knee jerk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it's made almost in a vacuum. I don't think when I paint. I just react to the marks over and over and over and hope when I get to the end that I stop.
Right on. Well, I want to downshift into your new story. So, but before I do, I want to thank our friends at Good Marketing. Here at Michigan Reimagined, we tell stories of passionate Michiganders doing great things across the state. Today's podcast sponsor, Good Marketing, helps organizations tell those stories in a powerful and measurable way. As a behavior change accelerator, Good partners with mission-driven clients to inspire action, shift mindsets, and strengthen communities. From advancing affordable housing to protecting natural resources and expanding education and workforce opportunities, their work moves Michigan forward. See how they're helping shape Michigan's future at goodmarketing.com. That's GUD marketing.com. So where have you been doing your art until recently. And I guess you're not doing your art where I'm about to talk about.
Where am I making? And where am I showing?
Where are you making?
So when I decided to be an artist, I rented a 2,000 square foot office space, and I built the coolest art studio of all time.
Wow. Okay. Is that in Lansing, or is that
was
back
in Lansing?
Portland?
And
Okay.
it got overtaken by marijuana.
Oh no.
It
Sorry to hear
happened
that.
everywhere.
Got it.
After COVID, I moved home. I outfitted our garage into a studio and office, and I've worked there for the last 5 years.
Got it. Okay. And so now your art is on display. Where had it been on display, or was it just online, or did you take it to festivals and things like that?
There was two things. I was represented in the Hamptons by
Okay.
Love's Gallery.
Wow.
And did really well there from 2022 to 2024.
All right.
The prices were splitting it with a gallery at 50-50. I still got 6 times my money what I can get here.
Wow. Okay.
And then I went to Florida quite often and did art festivals. And then I do Detroit area art festivals as well.
Got it. Okay. So your stuff is out there. I mean,
It's out there when I take it out.
right. Okay.
Right.
And so a good common friend of ours, Cam Nass, owns a local branding agency here in Lansing, and he's got a space that was going to be empty for, I think, 90 days in between a couple of tenants. I think he rents out a space next to his own agency, and you've turned that into a makeshift place for people to come see your office.
I have.
So talk a little bit about how that originated. How do you know Cam? Talk about how he approached you, how the energy kind of got created, and what people would experience if they went.
Well, first I want to thank Cam. I would not show at home if it weren't for Cam. I haven't shown in Lansing in 10 years. And he is the best brand manager I've ever seen. He used to make logos and menus for us. He used to develop our brands in restaurants.
Okay.
I've known him for at least 25 years, possibly longer.
Yep.
His son, Alec, made a terrific short film about what I'm doing and what my purpose is. His wife might be the nicest woman in the world, other than mine. But he had an empty space right next to him, and he has something that I don't have, which is the gumption to connect with people.
Okay.
Which is very helpful to me. Not only he has beautiful old Lansing walls that are 100 years old with great brick and great floors, and so I brought 40 paintings, and I stayed there last week for 7 days straight.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not sure why I did it. I used to do it with restaurants to make them feel warm and lived in and give them identity for myself, to understand the building, how they feel, where the drafts are, everything about them. And I just felt like I needed to do it. And so I hung the show like 7 times.
Okay.
Rehung it, had people in, did some dry runs of family and friends walking through, and I'm pretty stoked. It's called Angels and Abstracts.
Got it.
And
Okay.
we'll be running from yesterday until the early part of April.
Got it. Okay. We're recording this early part of March. So it is live. By the time you hear this, it will have been live for about a week, and it runs until early April 2026. So you've got about a month?
About a month.
Okay. And is it a business hours? Is it nights and weekends? What are your, how can people get engaged?
There will be an opening of some sort.
Okay.
Around the 11th of March.
Yep. Okay.
Those details are being finalized right now, and it's almost for sure the 11th of March.
Got it. Okay.
In the evening. I will have hours following that. There will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday from noon to the evening.
Got it.
And then through the new website, through the new Facebook page that I created, you can make an appointment anytime for a private viewing.
Got it.
Starting now, as soon as you hear this.
Got it. Okay. But for the general public who happen to be walking down, first of all, where's the space?
615 East Michigan, Lansing.
Got it. So I know this area pretty well. So this is right near the Lugnuts ballpark. It is across from the new Capital City Market. It's been there actually for a couple of years, but the downtown market, by the ballpark. But across the street, I know the Gillespie Group is building out Brick Row.
They sure
so
are.
You'll see some construction barricades next to you. You're not a part of that particular development, but you're just right next to that, if I'm not mistaken, on the Batter Up Bistro side for those local fans.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Next to 621 East Michigan.
That's right. That's right.
A place I used to work for.
Oh, is that right?
That's
okay.
right.
Got it. All right.
It's nostalgic all the way around. I found an old couch from the place in the basement.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And so by the time you're hearing this, you'll essentially be able to go window shopping, wander that block, and pop in between, you said, noon and into the evening.
Correct.
On Wednesday through Saturday.
Correct.
Got it. And just experience the art on the wall, chat with you. You'll be there pretty much.
It will be me.
Got it. Okay. And obviously the pieces of art are for sale.
They are for sale.
Okay. And how many pieces do you think will be up at a time?
Well, there'll be 40 full-size paintings. And if we could circle back to my working man's art when we get a sec.
Absolutely.
There'll be 100 or 150 $150 paintings that are original paintings, no prints.
Okay.
And then it'll be about 30 paintings that range between $600 and $999. And then there'll be a private gallery in the basement for serious collectors only that will range from $2,500 to $5,000.
Got it. Okay. So all price points.
Yes.
To make art accessible. I think that's important.
I think that's important. As a restaurant guy, you want to hit every angle.
Yep.
So recently, I've been in New York, I've been in Florida, I've been in Vail, I've been all these very affluent places. But I'm a Lansing kid.
Yep.
I'm from Portland, Michigan. My mother's from Owasso, Michigan. My grandfather's from the UP. I lived in East Lansing for 15 years while I ran restaurants. And I was embarrassed that my people couldn't buy my art.
Right.
It's really, even family members, they'd say, how much is that? And I'd say, I don't even want to tell you. Because I was trying to preserve my value for people I didn't know.
Right. Yeah.
And come about this year, I decided that shit's over. Excuse me.
No, that's okay.
So it's still got to be an investment and a commitment by the collector.
Yep.
But $999 for my work that would usually cost between $2,000 and $3,000 is my way of selling to people that I believe in. Right. I told you my goals, and I told you this working man or abstract art for working folk kind of idea. It came full circle last week. I was in the gallery. I had a friend come, and his wife was in Mexico, and she had a terrible bit of sciatica just picking up a towel. She bent over, and she couldn't stand up. And for 6 days, she couldn't stand up. She was stuck in a hotel room. And the pain was so bad, she didn't think she would see her children.
Oh, my goodness.
She was in a bad way. And due to my publishing and the things that I talk about in the struggle to make art, and due to go to heaven, show people they're not trapped, and doing simple commerce, them buying a painting for me for $999 brought everything full circle and proved exactly what I think I know, which is if you lead with authenticity from your heart and put your life in the proper order, things will come to pass. And I was really proud of that, and I was very happy to learn that.
Good for you. Good for you. And a very nice comment for you to make, but I want to sidestep and thank our friends at Kirk Byron State Farm, because if you're going to be an art collector, you probably need to have great insurance, right? So today's podcast is sponsored by our good friends at the Kirk Byron State Farm Agency. Their mission is to put the customer first when helping them plan for the risks of everyday life, to prepare for the unexpected, and to realize their financial goals. Kirk and his team build value and confidence in your auto, home, life, health, business insurance, and financial service needs. Kirk is always looking for opportunities to help customers in mid-Michigan and around the country. Everyone has insurance needs, and you do well by contacting Kirk Byrons and his team at State Farm. You can get in touch with them by calling them at 517-349-3830, or look them up at sfbyrons, that's BYRENS.com. You will not regret it. So how can people see some of your work before they go to the show? You have websites, social media platforms, talk
all
about
sorts
that.
of things.
Yeah.
I have my personal Facebook, Jason Keusch, Keusch. I have, excuse me.
That's fine.
I have a Substack newsletter called $1 Million Garage.
Okay.
And that kind of tracks my journey and my philosophy through all of this. And then I have my website, which is jasonkeusch.com.
Got it. And spell that again for the fans.
JASONKEUSCH.com.
How do you get Keusch out of that?
Germans, man. It means pure as in chaste.
Okay.
Which is funny because I've never been to a Keusch wedding in which the first child was 9 months after the wedding.
Got it. All right.
Sorry, you might want to cut that part.
No. We'll keep it. I love it. This is supposed to be raw and organic, and we're doing just that. So, do you do contract work, or do you do what is important to you and you sell it to people who are interested?
So in our business, we call it the commission.
The commission, right? Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you might contract a mural.
Right.
But,
commissions, yes.
I hate commissions.
Got it. Okay.
I do them, but they're crushing. Because when you're creative, putting someone else's expectation in your brain and trying to interpret it is very difficult. So what I do is I do commissions, but I make 3 paintings, in which they choose 1.
Okay.
And then I take the other 2 and sell them or apportion them.
Excellent.
So I do.
So share your fast forward vision. When what does your world look like in 5 years?
In 5 years, can I tell you a dream?
Sure. Please.
I want to take it retail.
Okay.
So my restaurant background.
Yep.
My small business background growing up from my father in a gas station.
Okay.
My art world. And then my creativity is so broad and wide that I want to take $1 Million Garage, which is a tongue-in-cheek of what I call my garage at home.
Okay.
It's not worth $1 million, and it's barely a garage.
Right.
And I want to duplicate it in a large building. And then I want to put a coffee shop, serve bento.
Okay. Right. Yeah, sure.
I want to create a wine room that has art in it instead of wine. I want to sell beignets from our favorite place at Café du Monde in New Orleans. And I want to have my problem with restaurants are always there's nothing to do there.
Okay.
Like Dave & Buster's has something to do.
Right.
But a fine dining restaurant, it's pretty damn boring to me. And to me, art's kind of boring too because it's two-dimensional. It lacks music and texture and people. And I want to make Disney.
All right.
I want to make Horrocks for art. I want to make
There you go.
Proust Pets for art.
Right on. Good for you. All right. So we are wrapping up and getting against the clock. So talk a little bit to remind our folks where they can see you and how they can maybe even preview it before they get there live.
Jason Keusch, Angels and Abstracts, 615 East Michigan, jasonkeusch.com, KEUSCH.com. You could check out my personal Facebook page or Instagram, which are both under my name.
Okay.
And I post and generally answer everything that comes through there.
Wonderful.
So I don't have any social media influencers helping me. It's just me. So if you're looking for me, you can find me. Right
on. Sounds good. And you said Wednesday through Saturday, noon until the evening hours. Pop by, check out the art. And that starts March 11th through early April.
Correct.
That's fantastic.
Or schedule a private viewing on my Facebook page, Angels and Abstracts, right now, anytime.
Wonderful. Well, we've been talking to local artist Jason Keusch. Sorry about that. And sharing, how he's really evolved his life and his career and really purposeful living. And I'm grateful for that. I'm a little bit jealous of that, and I'm looking forward to checking out your art.
Come on over, man. I'll convert you.
Thank you very much. And I'd love to give a final shout out to my loyal sponsors. We've got Wagoner Financial, Good Marketing, Triterra Environmental, Keller Williams Advantage and Team, Michigan Rise, Kirk Byron State Farm, and the attorneys at Foster Swift. All great people worth the call. And if you just found this as a one-off, please like and subscribe to Michigan Reimagined on YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, pretty much anywhere you find your podcasts. This is Chris Buck signing off for Michigan Reimagined.